Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ben. In this video, I'm going to be listing the top 10 fan favorite snipers in Destiny. And by fan favorite, I mean my favorite. Snipers that are near and dear to me because they've each opened a new window in my Destiny experience. It's a terrible metaphor. What was that? I don't know. Experiences don't have windows, stupid Ben. Alright, fine. I just like them, okay? Do I really need a good reason to talk about snipers? Jeez. Most are ranked in terms of utility, and coincidentally, in the order that I discovered them, with a few exceptions. I'll also discuss some of the implications of patch 2.2 for those of us that enjoy sniping while running, particularly the increase in magnification on some of the lower zoom scopes, like the ambush and short gaze. So, without further ado, number 10, Prudence 2. This was the first New Monarch sniper. I believe I got it as a drop and used it almost exclusively with this fugly scope. Why? Because I was a fool, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm sure someone out there loves this scope. I'm sorry. It just looks really heavy, and it feels that way. The Prudence was a low-impact, high-fire rate sniper, but it worked fine because back then, there was no need for excessive res sniping. It also had some ridiculous bloom. If you don't know what that is, briefly, it is the invisible area, downrange of your sniper barrel, on which your bullets have a chance of hitting your target. It's what makes you hit headshots when the shots seem way off. And I remember it would give me a lot of headshots I didn't know about. Oh, good old Prudence. Number 9, Praedyth's Revenge. This sniper, sometimes scout rifle, is found in the Vault of Glass. It is probably my most used sniper in year 1 until I discovered the high impact snipers. Back then, with the perk Field Scout, you could start a game with 18 rounds. I also love this weapon because it was the first sniper I used that had the ambush scope. I know most people prefer short gaze over ambush because short gaze has a higher aim assist value, but initially my preference for this scope was based on the size of the scope itself. Relative to other scopes in the game, it occupied a much smaller portion of my screen, so I could be more aware of my surroundings. You'll see why that matters later on. Moving on. Number 8. The Silvered Boudica D. This is actually a rare sniper that few people know about. It was my first max impact sniper and was a favorite early in the game because it had amazing handling. It hits as hard as the Black Spindle in regular Crucible. It's an excellent sniper for beginners because landing body shots with quickscopes would frequently kill your target with a damage of 181, and the fact that it was available for use at low light levels is what put this sniper on this list. This made playing Crucible on newbie accounts a lot easier. If you've started multiple new characters since the launch of Destiny, to farm, raid gear, or because you regretted your character's face, you'll know what I'm talking about. Number 7. The Glass Promontory. This is a more recent favorite. It drops after 7 wins in the Trials of Osiris. It comes with the best possible perk combination for quick scoping that you could ask for. I mean, seriously. Quick draw / snapshot. Quick draw and snapshot on the same weapon, as well as hidden hand. I did have a version with hidden hand that I accidentally dismantled, and I don't want to talk about it, alright? But I still enjoy this one. I'll admit my playtime with it is limited, but thanks to patch 2.2, this sniper and others in its impact category can actually be used to res snipe in the Trials of Osiris. I'm sure we'll see a surge in its use in the coming months. Number 6. The Icebreaker. I really don't know what to say about this gun that hasn't been said already. This was all round the most reliable gun in year 1. Currently, it drops from Legacy Special Weapon Engrams and the old raid chests and bosses. In PvP, it was one of the higher impact snipers, allowing you to one-shot foes to the body with weapons of light on your Defender Titan, but most importantly, it eliminated the need to farm ammo crates. In PvE, it was equally useful when looking for raid groups on DestinyLFG.com. It was a golden ticket. When cheesing Oracle or Templar checkpoints, it was a time saver. When preparing to take down any and all overshielded bosses in strikes, it made it rain purple cakes. This gun was perfect. If I could slap an ambush scope on it, it would probably be my favorite sniper of all time. Sadly, it has been tweaked since then, taking 8 seconds to regen ammo instead of 5, and unfortunately it also has yet to make its year 2 light level transition. Rest in peace, you beautiful beast. Number 5. The 1,000-Yard Stare. Sold by the Vanguard Quartermaster. I've personally had about 7 or 8 of them drop for me, but my best roll yet is this one. It is also one of the few snipers that I have with the perk Quick Draw. a perk that reduces your aiming down sight speed significantly. To be honest, the only reason I used this weapon though was because it was the only traditional looking high impact sniper I could find, and I'm sure that's true for most of you. Its use was driven by necessity rather than preference. Still, if you managed to get your hands on a monster roll, it was worth keeping, so yeah. Number 4. The LDR 5001. Sold by the Vanguard Quartermaster sometime in year 1 and also dropping nowadays from Vanguard packages. This sniper was special for one reason and one reason only. It was my first wallbanger. That sounds some kind of wrong. A wallbang is when you shoot at your target through a wall or solid object and make them dead. The LDR owed this ability to the perk Armor-Piercing Rounds, which in year 1 allowed you to retain full damage through walls. It was gross. I was only able to partake of this cheese for about a week before Bungie nerfed it, but I managed to get a few clips, even multi-kills through walls, saving that for the montage, but here are a few examples. It also came with a perk Clown Cartridge, which would reward chronic reloaders like myself with a free bullet every now and then. Number 3. The Y09 Longbow Synthesis, or Longbow Synthesis for short. This was sold by the Crucible Quartermaster and is also currently available in packages from the same Quartermaster that refuses to drop one for me. My old one was a dropped version that came with 5 rounds in a mag, an ambush scope, armor-piercing rounds, and the perk that shan't be named. Essentially, with this sniper roll, for a time you could kill someone with one shot to the body through a wall. That was a lot of cheese on one weapon. Fortunately, Bungie was able to quickly nerf that. I still use it from time to time because having 5 rounds in a high impact sniper allows you to maintain kill feeds without having to reload. Something very rare in year 2. Number 2. Her Benevolence. This is found in the low-level Prison of Elders chest and is probably the best performing sniper I have in my inventory. It comes Reforge ready, which means you can roll any perks you want on it at the gunsmith. It is actually the same archetype as the Supremacy, although the Supremacy has superior aim assist and a few other perks. If you're curious about other sniper stats, check out PlanetDestiny.com to compare your favorite snipers. You'll find an in-depth stat comparison chart of most, if not all, snipers in the game. My Benevolence also came with the perk Hidden Hand, one of the few noticeably useful perks for drag scoping. Sometimes I feel its effect is strong enough to offset the natural recoil of the sniper itself. Earlier I mentioned one advantage of having the ambush scope was the fact that it didn't take up too much room on my screen. By that I meant it allows you to have a greater visual awareness. The better your visual awareness, the more time you have to respond to a given threat. Here's an example. In this clip, I'm scouting for a target I suspect is hiding. I notice a blip on the motion sensor right about here. And I will honestly say that I didn't see a guardian there. I just saw movement and shot at the moving thing. Could have been a bird or even a teammate, I would have still shot. But luckily it was someone's face, and I got a kill I didn't expect. If I had to rate snipers based on performance alone, I would have to go with Her Benevolence as the best in category, simply because it is Reforge ready. If you still have one, I recommend rolling Quick Draw and Hidden Hand on it. These in my opinion are the 2 most noticeably effective perks you can get on a sniper. Before we hit the number 1 spot, here are some honorable mentions. The Supremacy, personally, never owned one. Mentioned honorably because I'm told it's amazing. No Land Beyond, amazing in the right hands. Mentioned honorably because I don't want to upset Hovey. Number 1, Aphrodite's Spear. Oh yes! Shocker, I know. The Aphrodite Spear was the year 1 Iron Banner sniper, and without a doubt, my most used sniper in Destiny. It has no crutch perks, as sniper naysayers or sniper haters would say. No quick draw or snapshot, no hidden hand or Eye of the Storm, or any perk you can think of that can help you with quick scoping. It is Reforge ready, so again, you can reforge these perks if you want, but I prefer perks that increase special ammo reserves, namely Field Scout and Double Down. Originally, it came with 6 rounds in a magazine. That was insane, especially considering the fact that it was the only legendary sniper that can hit as hard as the Spindle and the Zen Meteor. If I had to rate snipers based on utility, the Aphrodite Spear would be my favorite because with its current perk combo, it grants me 24 bullets at the start. Anywho, what's your favorite sniper of all time? Well, in the past 2 years of Destiny. Are you salty I didn't include it in my list? I'm sorry, these are the ones I've tried, okay? Make your own list and type at me about it. If If you enjoy this video, I'll be making a similar list of other weapon types, like primaries, and possibly broken weapons. Some old, some new. Until then, God bless and deuces.